Hi, earlier on I got the chance to sit down with Mr. Donald Durant to find out more about the man and his business. Let's take a look. Hi, I'm Stephen Acevedo, and I'm here with Donald Durant for Cafe Long Island. Donald is the owner of the Copyman Center here in Baldwin, Long Island. And Donald, you are a man of many skills and many traits, aren't you? You do quite a lot. You're a playwriter, director. You also are an author, and you even host your own blog.
Blog Talk Radio.
Blog Talk on your radio. And also a small-time business owner as well, which we can see. How did you get into owning your own business, Copy Center?
Well, owning my own business was a stage in life that I reached, and I felt that after 25 years selling advertising in Manhattan and in other parts of the country, I decided I would go into something that I thought I could control a little bit better and have a more stable existence. So I decided to open a copy center.
And how did you get the name The Copy Man?
Well, the first center that I opened was called 35 Main Copy Center, and it was located at 35 Main in Hempstead. And little ladies, customers I used to do work with, they would get in touch with me and said, I recommended so-and-so to come to your center, but I couldn't remember the name of it. I told them to go up to Main Street to the Copy Man. Mm-hmm. And that took more of a trick for me to change the name to Copy Man from 35 Main. So it stuck.
It has more of a ring to it, too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You also worked for advertising.
Yes.
For some big companies, some big names. You worked for Newsweek, you did Family Circle, Black Enterprise, and you also did Essence. You worked for Essence, a magazine, and probably one of the biggest names, the New York Times. Mm-hmm. How did it feel working with such big names and corporations like that? Was there a lot of pressure, or was it fun?
It was fun. It was never like work, and in each company that I went to, I would grow. Of course, you move out to move up, yeah. And I would grow and I would make more money. So money was never the problem working for these companies, but it was fun, never like going to work.
Also, and this is very interesting, you took time off from the 22-year span business that you were running to pursue a writing career, and you actually got very good reviews and high acclaim for these books, To Protect and Serve and No Place Like Home, which you won the Nassau County Literary Award in Eisenhower Park.
Right.
Can you just tell us a little bit about these books?
Well, I've been writing for a long time, because even when I was working in corporate America, I was writing plays. But writing a play with 50 pages is quite a bit different than writing a book with 300. So I found that when these two books came to mind, and I dreamed one and thought it through and put it on paper, at that point I knew that I had something that I could live with, and it was in my way running a business and trying to get those books written. So I had to shut down, literally retire, and concentrate a full day each day on writing those books.
So, To Protect and Serve, what is that about? Just tell our viewers.
Protect and Serve is really a book about terrorists taking over buildings in areas close to public major transportation hubs, such as the 59th Street Bridge and Triborough Bridge. And there were two buildings located within blocks of those bridges, geared to go off, stocked with explosives, and geared to go off with the opening of the World Trade Center Memorial. So the terrorists that had done this had been in the country planning that for months. And the plan was going like clockwork, because they knew that the president and other world leaders would also be at the World Trade Center. And the book was written 6 years ago. When I read it in the paper, recently about when we opened the World Trade Center Memorial, how much fear there was. It made me regret that I hadn't kicked that book up a notch. A Place Like Home was a book about a young man, 16 years old, who had quit school. He was laying around the house. His parents got into a hassle with him, and as he stormed out of the house in the midst of a hassle, the last thing he heard his mother say was, "Remember, there's no place like home." He went to the street, got in trouble, and was facing. When I heard about that case, he was on trial, and he was facing 20 years in prison. He was convicted, and he did do 10 years.
Congratulations on the awards.
Well, I thank you. Mangano recognized the work, and also Joycetta Pierce. I could never forget her because she read one book and then had to run and read the other, and she awarded the literary award.
If being a business owner and working advertisement and being an author wasn't enough, you also are a playwright, and you even direct. You've written eight plays, and you directed all of the ones that you wrote,
right.
And on top of that, you directed 9 from other writers.
Right.
Where I believe one of your plays, Donnie McClurkin was the musical director.
Right. Now, Donnie McClurkin, it's the play that's on the wall, Speak of the Devil. And at that time, Donnie was just an organist. He was one of the best organists in Nassau County. And he would be basically freelance because you could see him at churches all over who would hire him for certain services. And he was our musical director for this play because he had not discovered that he was Donnie McClurkin yet. So after this play, he went on to become who we know now as superstar, Donnie McClurkin. The plays I wrote while I was working for corporate America, and they didn't require as much stress except putting them together. But 50 pages writing in a play is a lot different than 300 pages in a book. So we put these plays on off Broadway because I happened to be in Midtown Manhattan. So a theater across the street from the New York Times or a theater down the street from the New York Times was within reason. So all of our plays were off Broadway, and we were able to bring crowds of churches and busloads of people to come into Manhattan. And I was doing this while I was working at these larger companies. So, and I had the time to do it. But when I opened up my business in Nassau County and I put on plays, it was more difficult getting these same groups to come and see you locally, where they would come all the way to Midtown Manhattan.
You have a current play out. It's called Rainbow Dream.
The Rainbow Dream.
The Rainbow Dream.
Now, the Rainbow Dream this is my son. A picture behind you is of my son, and he all his life was involved in rap music.
Okay.
And he wanted this rap career, and I used to try and drum it out of his head. And I wrote a play about him called The Rainbow Dream. The Rainbow Dream is a play. It's a comedy, and it talks about a young man struggling to be a rap star. And the little things, the sounds of the traffic going by, he used as music to create a song. And he was using what I thought was flimsy little things to bring about a reality. And my son was heavily involved in rap at the time, so I used him as my primary character. And I called it Rainbow Dream because I didn't believe that there was any possibility of his attempts coming to success. So he went on over the course of several years, and he did the right things and made the right contacts and wrote the right words, and he was able to put together 3 albums, some of them hanging behind you, and they all went triple platinum.
Oh, wow. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Now, if we wanted to get to know you more or get to know more about you, where would we reach you? What would be the best place to reach you?
Well, I must say Copyman Coffee Center in Grand Avenue in New York, in Baldwin, Long Island. But I have a heavy presence on Facebook. I love Facebook, and I spend quite a few hours, idle hours on Facebook. And I think I have about 4,600 friends there. And myspace.com/originalwriter was the first site that I was on, and I enjoy that. I spend time on there. It allows me to be wordy in what I'm trying to say. So, and also, of course, AOL. I'm on there for emailing. So I spend a lot of time on the computer.
Okay, so if we were to go on Facebook, it would just be facebook.com/Donald Durant.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
I
It was
thank
a
you.
great pleasure.
I appreciate you.